I'm Andrew, and this is Year 29. It's another new adventure. It's another new episode. I am with the smartest, oldest person I know. Okay, that's not necessarily true. She's not the oldest person I know. But this is my grandma, Barbara, everybody. Welcome, Barbara.
Hi,
How
Andrew.
are you? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just wonderful sitting here in this beautiful Griffith Park.
Oh, yes, we are at Griffith Park. Very nice, very nice. That's excellent. Well, since you are the smartest person I know,
Yes.
and the oldest person I know,
Yes.
just about.
Practically.
Practically. Yeah. With age comes wisdom.
Absolutely.
So I want to ask you a couple of questions, so that way for people out there in YouTube land who are struggling with something in their own lives, maybe you can uplift them or give them some ideas of something to think about. Sound good?
Sounds very good.
Okay, excellent. First question. Let me get my Oprah stance on.
Okay.
First question.
Let me get my nervous stance
Okay,
on.
excellent.
Okay.
What is your definition of love?
My definition of love, that's one thing. You always repeat the question to make sure you hear it correctly.
Very nice, very nice. And it also stalls for time. So again, what is your definition of love?
My definition of love, forgiving, but yet non-compromising. Because when you love, now that's not to say there isn't anger or disappointment sometimes, which would go toward the non-compromising, because in loving you also have to impart your wisdom, whatever graciousness you have, whatever fearless, you know the word I'm not trying to say being afraid, I'm trying to say the other one.
Fearlessness?
Yes, that one. That you have, whether you're a big person or a small person, you still have some, and you must strive to impart that on the smaller person. So it's that word. I can't say that word. I can't get it out. Fearlessness.
So fearlessness,
Yes.
Fearlessness,
Right.
Non-compromising,
Right.
Forgiving.
Yes.
And you'll still have those other emotions as well. So you'll still have the anger sometimes.
Yes.
You'll still be the mad, I want to chew you out, choke
Yes,
you out. all
those things come.
Okay.
But they come not with a period, you know, or an exclamation point. They come with a comma. They come with those three little dots. Hello. They come as part of the growing process. And as you impart this on your little person, when they grow, they're going to impart this also on their little people. Love never ends. No matter how angry you get, it never ends. No matter how happy you get, there's always room for more. Because this little person that's a part of you, because in some ways we're all a part of each other, that little person is going to carry whatever silliness, whatever wisdom that you share. It's going to be a leaf in their page of life.
Wow, she broke it out. Can you get that shot, Randy? Can you see her with the leaf? Oh my goodness. She came with her own props, ladies and gentlemen. That is classy. You don't see that on Oprah's life class, do you? No, you don't. Shout out to Oprah. We love you, Oprah. We
love you, Oprah.
We love you. We love you. We love you. We love you. Very nice. But that's a very nice. That is the longest answer I've ever heard of. No, I'm just kidding. But that's really true. That's every point that you made is really true about love. And I think a lot of times people just focus on whether or not it feels good or whether or not it makes you happy, and forgetting about just the different parts of it that really does. You know, there are some difficult parts of love, and you have to stick with it. And sometimes it can even be torturous in some degree, not in like a physical way.
No.
Because if it's a physical way,
then it's time
right,
to
exactly.
move on.
Then it wouldn't be love. Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, it would be a different type of story completely.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question for you, Barbara Jones.
Yes.
And we'll repeat it 4 times so that way everybody has enough time to think of an answer. There you go. So our family mantra is for those who know better, do better.
Absolutely.
That is our family mantra. We've been saying this, and if you've heard it from other people, like Maya Angelou, Dr. Maya Angelou, excuse me, let me use the title, says it, Oprah says it all the time. Our family said it first, okay?
Yes,
So
yes.
those who know better, do better. It's even in my college yearbook. I got it in there, all that good stuff. So those who know better, do better. So now that you are a certain age,
Yes.
and if you want to say your age, we can, and if you don't, it's fine, it's up to you. But now that you're a certain age, do you have a personal mantra besides our family one that you use or that you've come to in your years of living on this earth? Personal mantra. What is your personal mantra? That's the question.
I believe I heard you.
Oh, okay.
I think you said, what is my personal mantra?
What is your personal mantra? Yes, that's the
Aside
question.
from my family
Correct.
personal mantra.
And this episode is also a lesson in stalling. So this is a perfect lesson in how to stall at a dinner party or if you're speaking with your boss or whatever the case may be. Anywho, go ahead.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Just made me think of one of the things. It's really not my personal mantra, but it's something that just came to me, so I want to share it and pass it on. Sometimes you get in a difficult situation, and if you're dealing with someone who's possibly less keen than you are, you might get away with it. However, if you're dealing with somebody who's called you on the carpet for whatever reason, you're more than likely going to fail. So remember this. If I hurt your feelings, I'm sorry. If you think you heard what I said, I'm sorry. But to get back to your question of my personal
We're gonna pause really quickly. We're gonna pause because I'm gonna break that down for you, ladies and gentlemen. What my grandmother just said, and this is not her personal mantra, this is something that jumped into her brain that she needed to share with the world. If you are bad-mouthing somebody and they are dumb enough not to understand, good for you. Keep doing it. It's pretty much what she said. But she said, if the person realizes, hey, you being hurtful and talking about me in front of my own face instead of behind my back like people who have manners, then she's saying, I'm sorry and apologizing, which is very unusual for my grandmother because she is not known for that. She's the sweetest lady I know. That is a lie. Anywho, okay, so now that we got that understood, does everybody understand? I hope you got your pen and paper handy because this is going to save somebody's life or at the very least make you pee your pants. Okay.
Yes.
Yes, all right. Personal mantra.
Personal mantra. And this goes back many years to my my only psychology class in college. Because we didn't have
people who didn't go through psychology degree. Whoop whoop, that'd be us.
Psychology 101.
We tried, but we didn't like it. Whoop whoop.
You know.
Suck on that psychology.
Heredity. Is that heredity?
Uh-huh.
Is
I love it how she's looking at me for her personal mantra.
Heredity is like diarrhea. It runs in the genes.
That is my grandma's favorite joke in the whole wide world.
But the favorite joke I ever had in psychology in my whole life.
It is her favorite joke, and she loves it, and she says it, and she tries to implement it whenever she can in any conversation, and it is the worst joke. And every single child of hers hates it because it's disgusting. It's crass and it's disgusting. And she's a woman of a certain age, and you're not supposed to talk like that, as far as I'm concerned. And that's just nasty. So
well, I defer. Is that the right word?
she's gonna defer. She's gonna defer. She doesn't know if it's the right word or not. I'm not helping her because I am so mortified that was actually what she came up with. I thought it was gonna be something uplifting.
Well, it is. It is. I'm changing. Hello. I'm changing because because I am a woman of that certain age.
Yes.
Now, when I was in my 20s, of course, things look different.
Yes.
And then when I jumped to my 40s, they looked even more different. And I'm going to just jump certain numericals.
So and then that way you
And
can guess and see how old she is because
so
we
now
know
that
she's
I-
not 20 and we know she's not 40.
So now that I am where I am,
Uh-huh.
I feel that I have earned.
Okay.
Oh, please pardon the interruption, but to
Yes.
pick up where I left off, picture this, Sicily. When I was in my psychology class, Andrew was a very young man. Well, he wasn't even a young man. He was very young. And Andrew could tell the make of a car in the middle of a parking lot. He just knew. He was so smart. And The Price is Right was his favorite all-time show. John and Lynn,
I'm going to stop her right quick. And the reason why I'm stopping her is for a couple of reasons. One, we didn't look at the attitude. Number one, look at the attitude that I'm getting. Number two, we're going to stop because we did not get clearance rights here on year 29 to be mentioning other family members who will be livid if they are on this show without a signed
I'm
agreement.
not saying their last name.
Oh, there's no, still. And then number three, this is 3 inside. Number 3, if anybody caught that Golden Girls reference earlier when she said, picture it, Sicily, then you get 100 bonus points because that was ridiculous. Anywho, so, now.
There was only one who was only 2 weeks old.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say.
Okay, that's it.
So, getting
Mantra.
back, mantra.
Yes, if you have one, which I
yes,
don't think she does.
I do.
Mhm. Oh,
I
okay.
do.
Go
I
ahead.
do. I have several. Smile, and the world will smile with you.
Do you have any mantras, Barbara, that aren't already claimed, written by somebody else? That maybe isn't in a song?
Let me see.
I think the answer's no, but we'll find out.
Give me a second,
Okay, I'm
please. No matter what. No matter what. If you've done your best, you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I tried. Sometimes that's what you have to live with.
Put that on a t-shirt, America. Ha! Yeah. Okay. You know, that wasn't, after that long, tedious journey, that wasn't bad for
Thank you.
that first mantra. Very good. All right, I have one final question. So we talked about love, we talked about personal mantra, and again, we're hoping this episode helps you with whatever you're dealing with. Maybe you can apply this to your daily life, whatever your struggles are at the moment that's going on with you. Hopefully this can help you out. The wonderful and only Barbara. Barbara, what is the hardest thing you've ever done?
That really is hard. I think the hardest thing I've ever done. Hi. That's also a stalling technique. I think the hardest thing I've ever done is to accept something that was told to me many years ago. Because we don't have her permission, I won't mention my oldest sister-in-law.
That's
I won't
right.
mention
We don't
her.
mention names if we don't get clearance.
Right.
And I don't know if they're still alive or not. So,
But
we're not.
she told me, always remember this. Little kids, little problems. Big kids, big problems. But she forgot to tell me that when big kids become adults, you always can't jump in there and solve their problems.
Interesting. See, that would have been good for the mantra answer, but instead, she answered that for the hardest thing she's ever done. And really, we have no idea what the hardest thing it could have been changing a tire, it could have been pushing out twins for all we know. But instead, she went with that. And who are we to judge? We don't judge here at year 29. Okay, well, I'm judging a little bit, but yes. Okay, Barbara, final question. I know that was going to be the final question.
Yes.
But we're going to turn the tables. Do you have
Okay.
any questions for me?
I
Thank you
would.
for watching. I'm just kidding.
I would ask a question, and Andrew does realize that when the time comes, he will make sure that everybody
Oh my
who's
gosh.
unmentioned because we don't have their permission,
We do not have their permission.
who's unmentioned, will know my true story. So therefore, Andrew, my question for you
Yes.
is:
Yes.
do you feel satisfied that you understand my true story?
Do I feel... I'm going to repeat it because that's what we learned here on this episode. Do I feel satisfied that I know your true story? Well, Barbara's true story started back in Miami at the age of 2 years old. This is all a complete lie, what I'm about to tell you. She moved her way up from baby model to showgirl at the Miami bar scene. Then she moved all the way to Maine to become a fisherwoman. She was the first African-American fisherwoman in the state of Maine since Irma Jones Jr. Many people don't know that. Look that up for Black History Month. Someone should do a report about that. Anyways, the question was, let me stop because this is ridiculous. But maybe she was. Maybe she was. You don't know. Maybe I was double lying to you and actually telling the truth. Maybe you should look that up. Maybe you should type up Irma Jones Jr. and see if she was a fisherwoman, the first black fisherwoman in the state of Maine, and my grandma was the second. You don't know her life. You don't know. Check it. Anywho, am I satisfied with knowing your story? I know Barbara's story. I do. Is it boring? Kinda. But that's okay. We love her regardless. That's so hurtful. No, I'm just kidding. No, Barbara's story is filled with ups and downs and all arounds. It would make an excellent series on OWN. Forget Tyler Perry's Have and Have Nots. This is what you should be watching, the story of Barbara. But we don't have enough time on this camera to go in depth. Just know there was love, there was hate, there was pain, there was tears, and there might have been someone slapped in the face. That's all I'm going to tell you. That's all I'm going to say. Better than the... Let's see, now she ruined it. Now we might as well just end the video now. So that's what we'll do. We'll just end the video now. All right, my friends. You know what I always say, and now what we always say. You only have one life, so you might as well live it, honey. Might as well live it. I'm Andrew for year 29. This is the lovely Barbara. Thank you, Barbara, for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Andrew.
I thought this would be a fun format, something new for you guys. I will never do this again. I promise. We will see you next time. I'm Andrew for year 29. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye.